Welcome to Martini Time. Let's see what our little frog will bring up to the surface when it dives into the unconscious and comes up with an insight. So, I've been kind of not interested in writing that much on Facebook lately, last couple of days, and I don't think I gave a talk yesterday. So it was a little bit of a dead zone, but I got my Buddha smile back. So here I am. So the question is, or for this talk is, where is your Buddha smile? And if you notice, whenever you see a Buddha, he's smiling. It's kind of like that little Mona Lisa smile. It's kind of like, it's not the smile of seeing somebody, it's the smile of knowing. It's an inner smile. It's the inner smile of knowing, but not knowing something. It's not like you suddenly know some object, you're aware of something. It's a smile of pure knowing, of just knowing before you know something. And this knowing, the Buddha smile, is our Buddha nature. In fact, the Buddha says, we all have Buddha nature. All life, all sentient beings have Buddha nature. And of course, this created the famous Zen koan Mu, because the monk, knowing that all sentient beings have Buddha nature, and he asked the Zen master, does a dog have Buddha nature? And the master says, Mu, which means no. So that puts the monk in a perplexing situation when the whole of Buddha's teaching is that all sentient beings have Buddha nature, and yet the master says the dog doesn't have Buddha nature. Mu. So how does he get out of that fix, you see? It's a fix. To awaken his Buddha nature. So let's look at Buddha nature from the point of view of awareness. See, we get into language is such a problem, and mystical teachings and spiritual teachings get so esoteric, and they get all convoluted, and people talking about terms, and nobody really can bring it down to everyday mind, which is really what I'm all about, because that's where I live. I live in Blackstone, in an everyday house, in an everyday mind, doing everyday things. Raking the lawn, going to Walmart, washing dishes, everyday things. So where is Buddha nature in everyday things? I want to know. So that's really what I do, and since I'm retired, so I'm not really engaged with the external world, I can turn within and try to solve these problems within, and then when I get an insight, I come rushing to Facebook to share it with you. And that awakens my Buddha smile. That gives me energy, that awakens, that taps into this wellspring of Buddha knowing, of Buddha nature. Okay, so let's talk about awareness. Because everybody knows what awareness is, that's not a big thing. It's not esoteric. It's not like Satchidananda or all of these non-duality and all of these esoteric names, all of these foreign names. Every awareness. Now, awareness is divided. Now, by the way, I'm going to footnote that all of this talk, everything I really know about Zen, I've really been helped by Albert Lowe, a Zen master, and he's written a number of books. Go on Amazon and read his works. But anyway, he showed me how to understand and divide awareness into two, a primary and a secondary awareness. Now, awareness, and we can check this out. There is awareness as, and there is awareness of. Now, if you are aware of me, that's awareness of. But at the same time, you're aware of the whole room that you're in. But you're not focusing on anything as an object, hopefully, except me. Or you might be aware of a thought that might, well, this guy's full of crap. You see? Then you're flipping into an inside awareness of a thought or an idea, you see. Or you suddenly might get an ache or an itch, or you might have to fart or something, and you would be aware of that. So awareness of is kind of like a flashlight. If somebody comes into your room right now, you're going to turn and be aware of them. And you won't be aware of me. And then you'll say, will you get out of here? I'm listening to Ed. And you'll come back and be aware of me, you see. So this is everyday mind. I mean, but awareness as, you see, I think this is, I'm jumping here, but I think this is what Gestalt was all about. Gestalt psychology was about this 360, when you walk into a room, you have a gestalt of the whole room, and then you pick out things to be aware of. But there is this basic awareness, this fundamental awareness as, that is the ground upon which awareness of evolves. So, like I said, you are aware as the room you are in, but you are aware of me. Now, I might say, be aware of the computer screen. And suddenly you are aware of the computer screen. But before I said that, you were not aware. You were not aware of it, but you were aware as it, you see. So this awareness as is before, or the ground that is prior to or out of which awareness of rises. And when awareness of rises, guess what rises with it? You. So awareness of means I am aware of something. So I rise with the of. The subject and the object rise together. Like this, you see. This is the subject, object. But consciousness is not aware as both, you see. Consciousness, I am conscious of my thumb, you see. I am conscious of, that's two. That's duality. That's the world we live in. Subject, me, aware of stuff. Objects. And then these objects have names and forms, and we compare. And then when I see myself, I am aware of myself. Now, I'm an object to my subject, and I see how I'm doing. Am I doing this talk okay? I think, oh, well, maybe somebody else is doing it better. Now I'm comparing me to other objects, you see. And I'm either coming off better or worse. But either way, I'm separated. This is a division. So Buddhism, awareness, meditation, is lowering or increasing the awareness so that I'm aware as subject and object. And that's called mindfulness. The mind is aware of the duality of me, the thinker, thinking about things, you see. But this awareness as, you see, is awareness as that has no object or no me. It's awareness as before it becomes somebody who's aware of something. And that is my understanding of Buddha nature. So all animals have awareness. Even a worm has awareness. Even a raccoon, anything. Even plants have awareness. There's aware of the light. They'll turn to the light, you see. So this awareness is evident in all of life. But this consciousness of awareness of is peculiar to humans. We have evolved out of that, you see. But the awareness as is still there. The Buddha nature is still there, but it's asleep. And the reason it's asleep in our culture is because it's not on the map. Our culture is a dual culture. So we only see objects. We don't see the subject. That's changing now. Quantum physics is changing the mathematics and the understanding that the scientist is not separate from the experiment. He's in the experiment. The observer is the observed. Now that's what Krishnamurti said. I remember back when I first discovered Krishnamurti, back in 1968. And he said, the observer is the observed. It's taken me all these years to finally understand and get to the grit of this. The observer is the observed is awareness as, is Buddha nature. So we're all that. And then if you read in yoga and all that, they say this samadhi is when you have unity consciousness. Well, awareness as is unity consciousness. People write about it. They have mystical experience. All spiritual experiences are awareness as. Suddenly you're standing out there in the field and you're looking at the birds. Suddenly you are the birds, you are the trees, you are the ground, you are the cows, and yet you're still you. But you're experiencing everything as everything. There's no specific subject there. You're experiencing everything as everything. And then suddenly, awareness of, say, whoa, what the hell was that? And you're back in to awareness of. Now you're aware of your experience, and you go running around saying, I found it. I'm aware of it. Now you want to get that awareness as back. Where did my Buddha nature go? Go running around doing yoga and meditation and mindfulness, trying to get your Buddha nature back. And it's there all the time. It's there all the time. So, thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. Oops, there